Hi, this is Dr. Zorba, Pastor, with a rapid update. Usually, by the way, my rapid updates have to do with stuff that's going on in Washington, but this is stuff that actually is going on not in Washington, but in the FDA and by a company. It's a promising new drug for advanced pancreatic cancer. So, first of all, let me put this into perspective. If we look at the number of people that are alive 5 years after the diagnosis of pancreatic cancer, it's only 3%. In other words, it is a deadly disease that really has no effective treatment. It does have surgery, which does help for some people, certainly in the early stages of pancreatic cancer. The problem is it's often not determined and not detected. And the reason is we don't have a way of screening for pancreatic cancer. Ultrasounds done every year or every 2 years don't seem to work and don't seem to affect the longevity of pancreatic cancer. We don't have a screening like we do for colon cancer, prostate cancer, maybe breast cancer, absolutely for sure. But the FDA said, looking at this particular drug, that it is incredibly effective. So the drug is daraxonrasib, hard to remember, DARAXONRASIB, 3 pills a day. And it was given specifically to people where the pancreatic cancer had been metastatic, which means it spread to other aspects of their body. And the FDA has allowed them to engage in something called compassionate use. That means the drug has not been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, or sort of the FDA's evaluation of what a shadow of a doubt is. But there's often a gap in months between when the FDA gets the data and when the drug is actually approved. But expanded access allowed by the FDA allowed compassionate group to the sickest and most desperate patients who no good standard treatment options work. Typically, it's pretty much everyone who has metastatic pancreatic cancer. And Revolution, the company that actually is working on this drug, vowed and wowed the field when it announced that it had doubled the survival rate of those who were on those who had metastatic pancreatic cancer, those compared to those received standard chemotherapy. So this was amazing. So people can actually get this drug without payment. Now, they're not actually allowed to even charge payment until the drug is approved, but they are allowed to give the drug to people and keep statistics, which is what they'll do. So what does daraxonrasib actually do? Well, there's a mutated protein known as KRAS, KRAS, that fuels the growth of nearly all pancreatic tumors, as well as, by the way, other cancers of the lung and colon. And developing a drug that homes in on KRAS was long thought to be nearly impossible to do because all of the experiments failed to do it. This drug actually does it. And basically, this drug, pancreatic cancer, kills more than 50,000 Americans a year, which is a huge number. Now, it's not a cure and it's not FDA approved, and the results are raising hope. It's a late-stage trial. It's a trial that's going on. Patients have lived for more than 13 months using the drug, and patients undergoing standard chemotherapy have generally lived less than 7 months. And if you look at it, they've generally lived for 12 to 16 weeks. So this drug is wonderful. It gives people more life and more hope. And that means a big thing. So the side effects, of course, but it's not that bad. Rash, diarrhea, fatigue, nausea, some painful skin problems with the rash. Doesn't sound good, but frankly, compared to normal chemotherapy, people tolerated it quite a bit, and that's the main thing. So this compassionate use is something that the FDA has now approved. So if you know anyone who has pancreatic cancer, they should definitely go to find out if daraxonrasib can be given to them. They'll need to essentially go through their oncologist. But this is good news. Good news for anyone with pancreatic cancer, and maybe good news for people with other cancers. This is Dr. Zorba, Pastor. Stay well.